Well, ladies and gentlemen, 'tis the night to be merry with merry men of the round table here we call the Black Table. Plenty with secrets that they will be letting out tonight. Some not liking the positions they've been put in. Others absolutely too glad to be in these positions. We'll let you know in a minute. First off, welcome to the Black Table. A very special edition here, as some of you might know. My name is Mazino Appeal, but I'm not alone. The gang is in the house. No, not that one. I'm talking about the gentlemen that join me every single Friday night here to talk about the world of men and give you an expose into how we think and tick. Everybody loves him. Of course, you need a deck in your life. I mean, what else could you have? Mr. Declan Wright. I mean, Mr. Oh, I'm Mafi down.
No, save your breath.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Saved by what?
Save your breath.
Gang, did you get...
I'm checking him.
What are you checking? Yeah, what are you checking? Thank you very much for having me once
Welcome,
again.
Deck.
Thank
and of
you.
course, to put us in trouble one more time, he's out the doghouse in the studio and maybe back in the doghouse after this show. Mr. Jean-Luc. Jean-Luc Oshofa Olamide's in the house. Welcome, man.
I don't like that.
We'll
do
get
not
to
like
it.
that.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it. And then, of course, the mayor of Agungi is here with us. He rolled in as usual. And, of course, we can't have a show without him. And when we do, we manage without him in any case. But you're welcome. He's got secrets today. Gang, G-A-N-G.
Yes.
Do you want to let it out now?
My brother, what?
You let out...
About you and I? You want me to tell him about you and I? I remain silent.
I've never seen a man so confident of his sexuality. And I mean, yeah, like, you know...
Yeah.
He's not scared to say the wrong thing because...
You know, even if I try to cross over to that side, they won't accept me. They know this guy is just too straight to just bend. Crazy.
Oh boy, tell that to Deck who's right in front of you. In any case...
Am I at the right place? Can I know my offense?
Welcome. Today, we have a very interesting main topic. We're going to be
Yeah.
asking that age-old question many men have been asking.
Many women do not want.
Women. Yeah, exactly. They don't want it. Is it about time to make it mandatory for DNA testing, especially after a kid? Especially after a kid. I mean, why else? Is it about time? Well, we'll talk about that, but we have so much more to talk about. Before then, we'll try and make them quick. That's why we call them quick fires, but let's take a short break. When we get back, we go right into it. We'll be back.
You always take the bill on the first date, second date, and third date. Bro code.
Welcome back. The Black Table Extraordinaire. It's extra smooth today. Welcome. Let's talk about everything that's happened all through the week. First off, what's going on with the internet? As in, seriously,
my
have you been experiencing
God.
problems? YouTube, Google especially?
Well, not exactly for me.
You haven't? Wow, I must join your network. Because there is a problem, actually. There's a
Yeah.
problem somewhere in the Atlantic Ocean. I don't know which
Yeah.
ocean, but there seems to be some fiber optic cable that's been damaged.
Yeah.
So online services have been really bad
Really
lately. They've
horrible.
been terrible. I was doing some research from Wednesday into Thursday. Normally this takes me a night. I couldn't finish until this afternoon because we had to use multiple different, you know. You've been experiencing stuff, have you?
Yeah, it's been crazy for the past couple of days.
Yeah.
We heard the rumor that something in some ocean
Yeah.
or something has happened, but we haven't had
I think that's
concrete
It's no longer
details.
rumor, it's actually confirmed.
The fiber optic cable.
So,
Yeah.
concrete
Yeah.
details that has now affected. This is the kind of thing that makes me afraid that one day, if the internet just goes off,
Yeah.
What's going to happen to the world?
what's going to happen to the
but
world?
seriously.
I can give you a good example. So on Thursday, myself and a couple of colleagues, we had this training online, and you know, while we're doing that, 3 different sets of internet connection. So one go off,
You
I
jump
switch
on the
to
other one.
next one. When that one goes off, I switch to another one, and it kept happening like that all through. And it shows how much
Our lives are
our
just
lives are dependent
invested
currently on, you know,
data.
having data and, you know,
Yeah.
the service, the right type
Crazy.
of service.
Makes you wonder, what were our parents doing on the toilet bowl? They didn't have any internet. What were they doing? I mean, think about it.
You know,
when you're on
if
the
you
toilet
think-
bowl, what are
if
you doing?
Think about it properly. You realize that we actually had a lot of things that we were doing before, you know, internet came through. I mean, you know, it's very easy to forget the days of BBM.
BBM.
I
this is
was
that-
here
that-
when BBM
that
came.
BlackBerry thing,
The
yeah.
BlackBerry Messenger and all of that. But before then, we used to communicate. Did you, in fact, did you realize?
I have
did
a
you
story
realize
about
that
you, by the way.
No, hold on. You remember that it used to be exciting for us to see the landline. Do you know people used to go around
Yeah.
with landline?
Yeah.
And then when you see someone with the landline, you're like,
Yeah.
this person is a big boy.
And then
They
then
get
you move to
landline for
the
the house.
knock,
You know,
knock, knock.
you know the funny thing is, I remember I used to go to one of my auntie's house, right?
Yeah.
Just because I wanted to see a phone.
No, wow.
No, literally.
You wanna
Like,
see it
'cause,
ring,
like I just wanted to
waiting
see.
there for-
I would just be there, you know. And I remember that if they're not watching, I'll just take the stuff and I'll hear that thing, you know that. I'm like, are you serious? See, they get money where?
What I was going to say about Deck was that what most people might not know, and if you do know, Deck is one of the
Founding fathers.
founding fathers of what you call skits today.
Yeah,
And
actually.
the only
Yeah.
place you find Deck's
Skits.
materials on TV.
On TV.
You have to watch it on TV.
You know-
And when I look at what all the new skit makers are doing, I'm like, oh, Deck created this, but he didn't have the platform.
No, hold on. You know,
Platform.
let me interest you to knowing something about this. It's really interesting to know that you actually talked about this because somebody bashed me about this week, and they're like,
You could have gone really far.
you know the kind of
You're
money
the
where you
founding father,
forget,
you created the
you couldn't get
foundation.
money where. And I look at the person, and the person say, you know, after talking about all of that, now said, and because you get money now, why?
All the same. I still made it. Look my one there. Oh, so good. But in line with this fiber optics thing going bad and us not knowing what to do
What
with
to
our
do,
lives,
yeah.
it really made me ask a critical question. Like, what did you do on? Seriously, now this is a serious question.
It's
What
a
do you
very
do
important.
when you have no data.
So one of the things I noticed, you know, of course, when this person was talking to me about the fact that, you know, you're supposed to come back online, you know, and, you know, the celebrity status and all of that, I got tired of celebrity status. Not because it wasn't interesting. It was nice. I mean, I couldn't go to a supermarket to buy stuff.
Really?
Everybody wants to take pictures. Somebody wants to talk to me. Somebody wants to engage me. I remember I
Should have
was
just
at the
gone full
Keja.
Kanye on them.
No, hold on. So I was at the Keja one day. I was trying to buy something because I didn't go into skit making at the time for status.
For the fame.
No. For me, I used to act in church. And so I said, okay, let me take this stuff on TV. So I thought the way they react to me in church, like they
church.
just pass it, how are
Times
you?
100.
That's the way it would be. I remember this woman just walked up to me and grabbed me in the middle of the road. And Ikeja, Johnny, I know you. I see you on TV. I didn't understand what was going on because I didn't get it. And I was, I thought I was being attacked. I was like, help me, that kind of person. No, I love your stuff. I now remember, you watch me on TV. Now, what am I saying? Instagram went down twice last week. Did you know that?
Yeah, I did.
Right? And I went to check all the pages of almost the
All the skit
biggest,
makers.
the skit makers and all of that. And I remember seeing one of these guys, I don't want to mention his name, he was on the floor and they were pouring water on his head
Yeah, it makes me think.
like
What could happen if
what
you were-
could happen?
yeah,
It
exactly.
makes you feel like,
At the
maybe his life has ended or,
Yeah.
So you broke through celebrity status once. I think you need to give him some lessons.
No, I don't need lessons.
Now, this
I'm
guy's
not-
been trying
the
since
one
we were
that grabbed him on the
20-something.
streets, I'll grab him.
this
I'll grab you now.
Don't grab me.
how long have
Yeah, you don't grab me. Why you grab
how long have you
me?
been trying to be a celebrity?
I've never tried.
You've been to Port Harcourt, you've been to Lagos,
I've
you've
never,
been
I've
to
never
Abuja.
tried. It came natural.
Let's move on, guys. Very interesting story from Mina. Have you been to Mina? Have you ever been to Mina?
Is that a rhetorical question?
I'm asking you. Have you been to Mina?
I've never been to Mina. I'd
You
like
haven't?
to go to
Mina's
Mina.
a very beautiful place. Niger State is a very beautiful place. I
I-
love it. Very stable, very nice.
I do not. I'm not in disbelief because when I went to Kano, when I realized that
The north is a beautiful place.
I can almost say that the north is actually the most beautiful place in Nigeria.
Our next story comes from Mina.
Almost, yeah.
Lady says, I'm going to go to Mina to go visit my friend. Must be from that school. What's it called? Foot Mina.
Okay.
I'm going to go with my girlfriend, she says, and then they go on a journey from Abuja to Mina.
Okay.
They get to Mina and meets her boyfriend. Girlfriend, meet my boyfriend. My boyfriend, meet my girlfriend. Oh, wow. He's even prettier than he is, than he is on Instagram. Pictures don't do him any good. Some kind of fraternity begins to ensue where the girl's like, okay, let's go. I was like, I don't want to go out. Okay, boyfriend, let's go out. Let me stay and watch over your friend. Now watch over and I take start to.
Over your friend or your boyfriend?
No, like the boyfriend now is saying, since your friend
Okay,
is
so
going
he's
to be
not going
home,
to the market with
yeah,
you. Right,
let,
okay,
let me stay and watch
right,
over
okay.
your. Just she's going to be alone.
Right.
And someone's going to take care of her.
Okay.
She leaves, forgets something, turns around. I don't think she forgot. Turns around, comes back home, and sees them engaged in a grind that only demons get into. Apparently, they fancied each other so much that they started making grass sandwich.
Oh. Wow.
And kata kata don't bust. You said there's another part to that story. Am I correct?
So,
What is this? What is this? What is this?
okay, first things first, go to school and learn.
Exactly.
Don't be doing all of that. But yeah, more seriously, yeah. So, the lady this happened to, of course, put it out on social media to get people's buy-in
Sympathy.
and
Right.
feedback and sympathy. And after she put out this entire story that you just narrated, the boyfriend goes on
the thread.
online and started saying like, why have you done this? I've been begging you. That it wasn't my fault. She said,
No, he did not.
he said that.
Are you serious?
Who says that the male gender cannot be seduced? Why do you always think
No,
that
you know
we're the
what's
ones who
you know
always-
what's funny? See, own your F up. You see, you've messed up. Your girl is hurting. She's put you out there. If you're going to do any talking, don't do it in the public space.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because what you've done is still not right. It's one thing for you to be caught with some random person.
It's another thing to be
But
caught with a
we'll-
person that they know.
Even bro code talk
You
out.
know.
So,
you can't
I'm so
do
sorry.
stuff
Let me,
like
let me
that.
ask a
Oh, no,
question.
sorry, guys, been quiet. Let's.
No, I
Gang,
just
I'm
want
just- I'm just
Gang, I want you
wondering-
to answer this question for me. I'm so sorry.
This is
Where do you draw it?
We hijacked
I'm
this
so,
show.
no, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Where do you
I-
draw the line?
You know, where do you draw the line between what you can do? I understand that it's still a mess up, right?
Yeah.
But where do you draw the line between this is what I can do and this is what I can't do, even in my mess up as a guy?
This is what I can't do. Even
Did
in
the
my
guy
mess up.
really mess up? I mean, his girlfriend brought him a snack from out of town.
So hold on. Would it have been right? Would it have been right if that girl was not his girlfriend's friend?
That's what he's talking
No,
about.
so
That's
what I'm
he's
saying is,
Do you understand what I'm
it's
saying?
like
Yeah.
it's like what guys say.
Yeah.
You can't dip my sister, no matter how.
Exactly.
You
That's
can't
a line
dip
you
my
can't
sister.
cross.
You can't. You
can't
can't.
date my ex. Some
You
people,
can't dip
some
my
people go
ex.
that
You
extent,
can't.
okay.
You can't try to do stuff with someone I'm with.
Right.
It's unwritten, but it's just very sensitive.
It's just
wait,
a bro
like-
code.
like-
See,
Wait.
listen, this guy was chilling in Mina.
And then he got his
Under the
hand
hot
up.
His
sun.
girlfriend came from out of town.
With the
He's
girl.
been- a snack.
He's been starved, and she came with a snack, and then left the snack in front of him, and to tempt. I'm wondering.
It's like leaving the fish
See,
in front of the
so
cat.
let me just put it like this. I really don't know why she came with her friend. I don't know what her friend looks like. The picture was blurred.
Yeah.
So I'm really wondering why you now brought someone to your man's place and decided to keep him alone with her while you went to go and do other stuff.
So it's simple. It's simple. They're friends. They're friends. So when you're friends with someone, there are certain things you don't expect them to do.
Good.
You know, you should trust your friend well enough to know the right thing. Now, let's say the guy is the one, fooling around and all of that. Any lady will expect, a friend to know what to do.
Now
to know
let me
boundaries and
look
all
for
of that
trouble.
stuff.
Let me look for trouble. In all honesty, it's sad to say this. Thank God it's boyfriend situation.
Yeah, not married couple.
Not marriage.
Yeah.
Because some people don't know that as we sit here now, somebody's boyfriend is your future husband.
Oh,
Yeah.
of course, yeah.
Do you understand? So you're allowed to an extent snatch.
Yeah,
Do
while
you
you're in
understand?
that
While you're
dynamic.
in that dynamic. You get me? So that's what happened. At the end of the day, don't be surprised if that's his new girlfriend.
Yeah.
Wait,
Exactly,
but
very
calm
true.
down. So, the guy's response online was literally saying that, oh, yeah, I messed up. But it's you I want. I was tempted.
It's
so
just
that's,
so
and that's what I'm
this is
saying.
it.
Like, he shouldn't have even responded because is wrong, and that's where it should end.
It's just human nature to want to justify or
Shalai.
shalai. Let's put it that way. I think it's just guilt, and I don't want to waste too much time on it
Okay.
because we've got other.
Because I've not spoken about this at all.
You've spoken plenty.
No, I just asked a question, and there was a reason I
Declan
asked.
Jollof you
that- there was a reason
But
I
go
asked
ahead,
that
please, I'm
question.
joking.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to look at it from two angles. Number one, the reason I asked the question of where to draw the line is because, first, I think I'm going to speak from the girl's angle. If you knew the kind of person your friend was, you should not have allowed her to stay.
Exactly.
That's one on that side. On the guy's side, I'm not making excuses for this guy, but I think that the guy is a loose cannon. That's first. The guy doesn't have self-control, and he doesn't have respect for the girl. That's it.
Simple.
Okay, I'm going to leave it there because I
That's
feel that these are very young people.
Yeah.
They're still in school. I mean, which one of us here didn't have...
But quick
No,
question
it's
before we go.
respect. It's
Would you have
self-respect.
done it? I mean,
It's self-respect.
would you have done it?
So let me give you an
No,
example.
no.
Let me
Wait,
give you-
wait,
no,
wait,
wait,
would you have
wait,
done it?
But you know, okay,
We've got
Okay,
more
okay.
things to talk
I
about.
won't have
These
done it,
kids,
and I can
there's no
see
way I
myself.
would do that.
I won't have done
These
it.
Because
kids
you
shouldn't
must
take our
respect
show.
your
All
personal.
right.
I mean, this
We've
is
heard
your
you.
the girl we're talking
Usher
about.
said it best. Don't leave your girl around me.
True play for
Play
real.
for real.
Let's talk about something really serious. Of course, once again, I'm going to be making an announcement on this show like I did from in the morning, but you guys, you already know. But let's talk about this very interesting instance from over the week. A lawyer devastated after a girl pushed his son, I think it's the other way around, his son from a slide, resulting in him having a broken hand and requiring surgery that costs over $2 million. It's playground in school. It's the other way around, actually. It's a girl that got pushed off of the slide.
Okay.
And the school didn't want to take responsibility initially, but then eventually did. However, we had this conversation on the breakfast show. What would you do as a parent? What would you do as a parent? I mean,
So
gang,
it's
I mean,
happened to me.
It's happened,
It's happened to
I
me.
think it's happened to me, but in a different
it's
kind of
happened to
construct.
me, and when it happened, I got the most ridiculous response from the school. In fact, my son, up till now, there's really no information about what happened. He fell, according to them, had this big gash. They patched him up and then sent him home. Meanwhile, when we got home, we had to take him to the hospital, and it required 18 stitches.
So they didn't take him to the
Yes,
hospital.
and guess what? They conveniently told us that the cameras were off. And the reason why I'm saying this is that most of last year we had different schools. Now, for even secondary schools, whereby certain things happen to
Yeah, in the
to, you
certain,
know, on, you know,
unfortunate individuals, yeah.
under the watch of the school, and this excuse comes in, and that's now very worrying because that means there's no safety procedures in place for certain institutions.
And there should be, actually.
And there
It's
should
very
be.
simple.
And if you saw the playground where
It happened.
this girl broke her hand, it was a concrete
Yeah.
towel.
I'm sorry.
Like,
I want
ow.
so I get very emotional when I talk about human life in Nigeria because we don't value human life in Nigeria, and it trickles down to even our children.
Yeah.
Now, it is important to understand that there are bodies that look out for safety in schools.
Yeah.
You know, we have
Buildings
that.
generally.
We have people who are in charge of making sure that children are safe in schools.
Yeah.
Now, you see that a lot of people spend a lot of money taking their children
Yeah,
to
to
the
very
best schools,
expensive
yeah.
schools. They are not paying for the education because
paying for safety.
I'm so sorry. I don't want to spoil some school because my son goes to one of the most expensive schools. I know how much I cough out every year. But when I brought him for summer holiday at another school, when he went back to school, he felt like he was brilliant because the academics was obviously different, but the safety cannot be compared. They don't joke. Now in his school, they don't joke with safety. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the dynamics of whether a child is safe is inherently important for the
Much
school.
more important,
It's
would you say?
more.
Yeah.
Yes, for me.
Yeah.
Some parents don't. Okay, so I went to this school.
Let's stick to
on
one
the island.
story. Let's
You
stick
know,
to one
no.
story. Let's stick to one story.
I want to let you understand that it is very important for
Yeah.
people. People don't even care about
We get that. Yeah, you've
academics
got two
anymore.
daughters.
Yeah.
Safety is important.
Would you rather be paying for the academics than or the safety? Which is it?
safety
The
first.
safety first.
Safety
Academics
first.
can take it back.
Yeah.
Because after all, you might even send them to school and they will now say they want
Exactly.
to
And
sing.
Safety
similar to
is
something that
first.
said,
I'm telling you.
we pay for more than just the academics.
Yes.
You know, the ambience of certain schools, certain
it.
activities, certain privileges as well, you pay for. And your expectation as a parent, this is a human life you're handing over
Yeah.
to the
Exactly.
schools to take care of. My daughter almost broke her arm some weeks ago. She was, although to an extent, it wasn't really her fault.
Yeah.
She was doing gymnastics and slipped, and she was trying to stop herself from hitting her head.
Okay.
So she put her arm there and landed on her arm and almost broke it. So it was sprained. They took her to the clinic and all of that stuff. We came, got her out of school, went to do an x-ray. Thank God there was no fracture and so on. So those are some of the concerns that parents have when I give you my kids. Then the problem is a lot of schools don't want to own up to when they messed up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just come out and say, we messed up, we're
sorry.
sorry.
We're gonna
But
pay
when
for
you
it.
now try
We're
to
gonna-
cover
we're
certain
gonna-
things and point fingers,
That's what messes everything
that's
up.
what messes everything up.
Now,
I say
look
schools
at-
should have
look at-
insurance, and
No, so-
that's very important. Most
Zeno,
of them actually do
Zeno,
not. And you
look
as a
at
parent,
the- look
it's your
at-
responsibility.
Yeah.
to
Zeno,
make
look
sure
at the
that is in
girl,
place
that
first.
the girl that got electrocuted in school.
Yeah.
We have not heard anything about it. Look
Yeah,
at this,
sad
the boy that
instance.
was bullied. We have
Yeah.
not heard anything about it.
Everything
These
is
are
on
these
He
are
only just got
things.
buried,
These are
last month,
things
actually.
that encourage people to do this kind of stuff. Where they tell you
Because they know they
the
can
camera
get
was
away
on.
with
They
it.
can get away with it.
Yeah.
Okay, stop the
know.
presses. It's time.
Yeah, you said you were
Midway-
making an announcement.
We're
of some sort.
midway into the show, so I have to tell.
You're coming out of a closet.
You have a boyfriend at last. What is it? Say it. What
You're
is
happy.
it? You are.
You are.
I want to hear it.
Will you stop?
Look into the camera and say, I am.
I am not going to be hosting the Black Table after tonight.
No!
I do not believe.
I would like
No,
to
that's
say
awesome.
that it's been a pleasure for a year and a half now presenting this show.
Pleasure.
No holds, no holds barred. Every single evening we let out our souls, our flaws, and our exuberance.
Sorry, I'm sorry. You're not
Excellent.
you're gonna be a guest on the show on the Black Table.
No.
Are you gonna be a guest on the Black Table?
Would you, if you let me finish, I'll answer your question.
All right.
It's been a great time here at TVC, and this morning I announced on the Breakfast Show that I will not be showing up on the Breakfast Show again on Wake Up Nigeria, and the same is here, as I am moving on to other endeavors in life. It's been a great time here at TVC, and I say this with a smile on my face as against what it was in the morning, but I have enjoyed every single day, every single Friday night here on TVC.
This guy's coming from the back, man.
You always wanted to be behind you. My brother. My brother. My brother.
Just end it with a peck.
Oh my goodness. I don't know if I'm going to recover from that. Well, thank you, Gang. I'm sure that was
You
brotherly.
look traumatized, man.
I am traumatized. But in any case, yes. It's been a great time here, and I've loved it. And I would like to say that if I'm invited, I will come. I will sit with you guys, and I'll enjoy a little libation and all. But don't stop seeing the Black Table, because we've got this nutcase in the house who's definitely going to be here all the time.
I have an
And of course,
announcement
everybody
as
else. Yes, like I said from before, he also has an announcement that he has to make, and this is finally it.
Wow.
We already know, guys.
Finally.
Go on and tell us.
No, it's not an announcement. I always feel people should get their flowers while they're still here to receive them. I've known Zeno for almost 2 decades.
Yeah, it's been 20 years, man.
It's been a great ride. We've worked together on radio. We've done so many other things, and I just want to say, you will be missed.
Well,
thank you for creating this void for people like us to come and fill. But we really appreciate everything you've done. From my heart, I want to say these words. I hardly say this to men, but I love you, bro. I love you, bro.
It's okay, gang.
And Olamide, thank you for the opportunity as well. Let me give you your flowers. As well. Jean-Luc Picard, I met him when we were exchanging friends in Mina. That's a joke. But I need to give you your flowers as well. You've been a great producer on the show. People don't know that you're behind the scenes. And for Deck, don't worry, I'm not going to grab you from behind.
No, please don't. No, do not. Please.
But, I just,
Do
the
not.
Black Table has really introduced me to people.
Wow.
Has really also helped my TV presence. I've never been a face for television.
But you're
or
not
stuff
going
like
anywhere.
that.
Oh, let me.
I miss Zeno. Zeno is bringing this thing out of me. I love Zeno so much that we might do something tonight.
Go out clubbing.
We might hang out. Whatever happens, happens.
I will tell you something. I think I told you guys about this guy
Okay.
and meeting him. Deck I met as a biker, actually. We're brothers at bar. You as a producer here, my line manager and everything has been fantastic. But this, I'm tempted to use the MF word over here. I've known the longest. And I think people actually tune in to see this relationship all the time. But it's a fantastic one. And I think that this is one of the best voices on radio.
Oh, yes, it is.
You should have seen him in his heyday.
In my
He's
heydays.
old now. He's
I'm
old and
old
he's
and
slowing
almost
down.
retired.
And all these Gen
Beard is
Z
grey.
guys on Urban FM are taking the other. He was called taking over. But you used to
one.
remain the genuine.
Come on, man.
The genuine
It's Gen
OG
Nova.
before IG.
Yeah, when are you going to start your retirement podcast?
When you bend over. I'm joking. I'm just joking.
Gang, why? Why?
Inside joke, guys.
Okay, wait.
Can we take a break?
Yes, let's go on the break.
Let's take a break
This
so
is
that
too
we
much.
recalibrate, and then we come back on the on the black table. On the black table. We'll be back on the black table. Stay tuned.
You always take the bill on the first date, second date, and third date. Bro code.
We promise we're sober, but let's take it off again. Welcome back to Black Table. We're here for the very last time for me, Mazino Appeal. It's been a pleasure, it's been grand, and I've said my bit. Gang has waxed lyrical.
He said too much.
And he said too much.
Too much.
So we're gagging him from now, before we get gagged by the authorities.
Yeah.
Mr. Jean-Luc Picard, Mr. Deck, you guys might want to say a word or two. I would like to hear because, hey, it's like being at your own funeral. I enjoyed all the little bits and pieces everybody
I'll
shared
let
on
him go
social
first.
media. All right,
I'll let him go first.
ladies first.
Wow. You just took all the words away from me then. Wow. I mean, what can I say about Zeno? Zeno, well, like you said, we met in the biking community, and Zeno is an amazing person. You know, the first time I ever met Zeno, you know, it was the plenty English that caught me. You know, when he started with, you know, the diction, I was like, okay, this is my guy. Let's talk. What's going on? You know, and then I realized it was a TV person. I'm like, okay, cool, nice. And then the next thing, Olamide called me, and I met with him on the table. I'm like, dude,
We
we're
know
here.
each other, man.
We're here, that guy. We know each other now. You know, and I remember that, you know, we were at Jollof and Pami, and I recognized you from the stage.
Yeah, I
You
remember
know,
that one.
I was just saying hi
That
and
was good, that was
everything,
good.
and you
That
know,
was a good
it's
one.
been an amazing time for me personally.
Oh, thank you very much,
You've
man.
been absolutely fantastic, I must say, and I wish you nothing but the best. I know you're going to do great things.
Thank you.
And please go and make money so that we can buy new bikes and,
Bobs, I need a new
travel
one.
and travel the whole of West Africa.
Let's do it, man.
Let's do it.
Let's do it, man. Let's now come to common people.
K-Jazz.
So,
Okay,
so
Jazz,
if you
exactly.
guys think I'm going to say something nice about Mazino,
You better.
Nope.
You
I'm
better.
not going to
Come on.
say
You better, man.
Mazino stole my girl when we were in secondary school.
I did.
You have not
I
gotten
didn't
over
do
this
so-
thing.
I have
No,
not
no, no,
gotten
no.
over
What,
it.
what,
Talking
what,
about
was
it.
his name?
He's awake.
Sorry.
Okay, at this point, we need to gag this man. Gag him, put something over his mouth.
This is not the show you
Yeah.
guys signed up for. We're sorry.
But more seriously, Mazino is a fantastic guy. Of course, this is not exactly goodbye. This is just, you know, see you around.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
That's what it is.
We
See you around
would
indeed.
always be a close unit. I said a couple of things earlier in the day, and
Yeah, but it wasn't on camera. You want to say it now again?
it's on social media.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That
I
that
said
was-
very nice things about
Thank you very much.
Things I didn't mean, but I said them.
You can check out his eulogy, not the eulogy. It's on our page, TVC Entertainment _, so you'd find it there. Also, if you want to check the Wake Up Nigeria one, there's also a couple of moments that I'm not too proud of. I'd like to say, if you guys find any video of me seeming to shed tears, I was acting. The Oscars are only just
That's a lie.
The Oscars are only just a couple of
He
days
was
away.
crying like a baby.
I just felt like I'd give you guys one for the road. Because as I'm moving, I might be moving into Nollywood. It was like I know that I can act.
That you can
so
act,
like,
oh, you never
this
can
guy
tell.
is
The
crap
opportunity
Africa.
is nice.
There are a couple of film industries you can move into as well. But let's not talk about that. All right, let's
This is
move
a
on.
different gang today.
Let's
This
move
is not
on.
the gang we employ.
This is gang
Something's going on,
Pro Max.
This is a
definitely.
different gang.
Definitely.
This is the 2.0. You know that 2.0?
No,
Yeah.
not to play.
Not
Exactly.
2.0.
It comes
No,
out
it's
of
not
me.
me.
But he mentioned he might move into Nollywood, and when I hear wood and the film industry, and I hear Gino, I'm
Why?
like, okay,
Wait. So, guys, why aren't you this guy on radio?
because
why?
they can't handle it.
No, but seriously, I said this to somebody. We were talking. You guys should have listened to this guy.
It's not about me,
No,
so-
shut up.
Move.
You guys should have listened to this guy when we were young, when we were kids, when we were on Abuja radio.
Yeah.
We had a full-on competition. It was rhythm versus cool, and we wanted to be the best. And this
I
guy
have a
was-
good answer
this
to
guy
that, but
was
I'm not.
killing
I don't
it.
think I'm allowed to say it openly.
Yeah.
What is it?
I can't say it.
Okay.
don't know.
you see?
It's a small circle. It's a small,
It's a small- yeah,
small
I
world.
get
If
you, I
I
get
say it, they're gonna come for me.
Well, in any case, I think that on TV you are much more unrestrained. You're funnier. You're crazy. You
Yeah, because
are
you guys get me drunk. And
you are real gang. On radio, you a bit.
I hold back.
You hold back a
I have
lot.
children that tune in. But Black Table at 11, they can kiss my ass. Who's awake now?
I don't know if we can put this show even on YouTube. Actually. But it's been a grand one, guys, and I've loved your. I've loved every single moment here. I like the fact that I was welcome here at TVC, and I like the fact that we invented such a show where you can go no holds barred. I think we're the only ones doing this on national TV.
Yeah.
Every other thing is plastic, whether you like it or not. We keep our table black and raw. We don't care about the blue lightings that they might have on that other show.
This
He
guy's
said it.
out of here.
But hey, it's been a grand one and I've loved it. At this point, are we still going to do another quick fire? Because I don't know.
No.
because I-
Let's just go straight into
Let's
what
talk
we
about
want
it,
to
yeah.
talk about. Yeah.
Let's talk about DNA tests. Are they really necessary? Is this the time to make it mandatory? I don't know about you, but I've always just thought that it is supposed to be the norm. You give birth, just like piercing your daughter's ear it happens at the hospital. Okay, well done, madam. A little prick, and we take it for blood test.
Yeah.
And we do the DNA. Here's your certificate. It's your kid. It's your kid. Congratulations, sir. You're not being scammed. That's
Okay.
supposed to be normal.
Yeah.
Am
So,
I the only one who sees this as too much? Or
so I
as
don't. I
normal?
don't think what you've said is wrong. I think if it was part of a system, then it's okay. But it's never been a part of a system. Medically, it's not a thing. People do DNA tests to either prove or disprove the
Authenticity of
authenticity
of a
the
claim
child.
that the child is yours.
And of course, this was something very rare because of the type of technology that was available back in the days. But now it's much easier for people to say, okay, you know what? I want to find out if this child belongs to me. And unfortunately, almost everywhere across the world, there's always a story.
Yeah.
You know, very sad stories. Fathers who have thought that they fathered children for many
You see
years.
this American
discovering
reality
that-
shows where
yeah.
they're like, you are not the father.
Yeah,
And it's so...
exactly.
I see people bawling and crying and...
You know,
Yeah.
you know
People
what
living
is
in
very
all.
interesting for me, and you know, every time we talk about DNA testing and everything, it's usually very shocking to me because I look at it and I'm like, there is nothing to fear if you don't have anything to hide. It is important to understand that if we're asking for DNA, it's just to, of course, like you said, check the authenticity of the claim that that child is yours.
Yeah.
All right. Now, oftentimes than not, when you have these people say that this is not, it is because that person already has a bond with that child. That person already, yes, that child begins to look like you.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Is that a real thing?
So let me give you an example.
Okay.
Do you know that you begin to look like your
Your
wife?
partner. I hear that.
Yeah. People
Do you
say that
understand?
about
So the
myself
thing
and my
is,
wife.
when you know, the Yoruba people have a proverb, and they say that "Ti ewe ba pe lara ose, o ma n doshe." What that means is that once a leaf moves too close to soap, it becomes soap.
Part of it, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That leaf will also become soap because, of course, once you rub the soap over a period of time, that leaf will also become soap. All right. So it's important to understand that when you have a child, all right. In fact, I think they should implement
Mandatory.
like a law that says that once a woman gives birth to a child,
Why is it
do
not
the
being-
testing. Now, let me tell you
Why is
why.
that-
This is not because of infidelity. This is because, do you know that people actually switch children? in
Yeah,
Of course,
at the
yeah.
hospital?
I was gonna talk about that,
Alright.
but I'm saying this beyond all of the things you've said because we also need to establish that there's a relationship here between a man and a woman, and you know the child doesn't just drop from a tree. And I feel, and it's just my own opinion, that if this is made mandatory, there's going to be a lot of distrust in relationships because now the proof of your trust is going to be in a test and the result.
So if you're not hiding anything,
So
you shouldn't
I,
feel
exactly.
you shouldn't have a
I
problem
know
with
it
that.
shouldn't be a big deal, but
Because
I
that's
feel,
just one side
I
of
feel that's
looking
it's
at it.
one-sided that
Yeah,
way
yeah.
because it's more or less like, okay, you know what? You're pregnant by me, but when you have the child, I need to confirm if it's really my child.
So let me ask you a question. Would you feel, okay, so I understand where you're coming from,
Yeah.
right? But would you feel it's better for that person to find out 20 years after?
No, I don't think so.
no.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
But
Because
I'm just saying-
question now,
Because it's so heart aching
Yeah, I
to
know,
find out
I
that you
know.
have taken care of a child, you have done everything to be a father to that child, and then you find out it's not something you would like.
There's a difference between being a biological father and just
being
being
a
a
dad.
father.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And for me here, the challenge now is, when do you take this test?
Yeah.
Because scientifically, I think
And why do you take the
there's
test?
certain ways when the baby is still in the womb
Yeah.
that you can actually do DNA tests.
Oh, you can do that?
There's a way. It's it's very complicated.
It's very complicated. It's almost impossible.
It's almost
and
impossible. It's very
expensive.
complicated.
So
Oh.
it's normal that the couple would wait until the child is
Yeah.
born.
So now the question is it on the day of birth you're taking the DNA test?
Yeah, I
Yes,
think it should
once
be.
you have-
So
once-
what happens if
Yeah.
the result on the day of birth? You've stuck around for 9 months of pregnancy.
Yes.
On the day of birth, you now find out it's not yours. What happens
you-
then?
you save
I'll
yourself
tell you
of
something.
the
yeah.
hospital
so if there
bills.
was such, look at this guy just wants to save money quick.
Bills. What about the
Bills on his mind,
heartache?
like, oh my god.
The heartache
He's
and
not
the,
even
the,
thinking
the
about that.
betrayal that comes with it.
So for me, the thing is this: if you have such a law that makes it mandatory that you will always have to receive a certificate proving that this is your child, it will stop the possibility
Of people
of
trying
people
to
cheating
trick.
on your or
Yeah, tricking other
foistering
people.
kids that are not yours
Yeah.
on you. So, before I even go into this other guy's house and make my husband take his child, I'm already thinking, but there is that test that has to be done if a child comes out of this relationship.
Well, you know they're going to find their way around
But then
that
there are
too.
also some couples that the husband knows he cannot father children
Yeah,
and
I
permits
guess.
the wife to do
Yes,
that.
no,
I
that's
get it.
So will the
different.
hospital still say we're going to take a DNA test? Then the
No,
hospital
no,
says,
no,
don't.
that's
Not the
different.
hospital,
I
that's
already
not be the
different.
hospital's business what you do with that certificate. This is your certificate, though. It says you are the father.
You can
or
decide
are
to
not
tear it and
You
throw it
can
away.
say you can guys go and fight. Just leave the premises first. It's your business. That's what it should be, and I think.
But you
it's
can see
just
where the
normal.
challenge lies, because this is directly pointing at women.
Exactly.
I was going to say that in all
Exactly.
of this.
While
none
men are
of us-
busy
none
messing
of us
around,
are. Yeah. Oh no.
It's directly pointing at women. You get me? So truth be told, if you keep on sleeping with a certain female, you get what you pay for. You've been sleeping with her to the point that she can conveniently say, I'm pregnant for you, and you
Exactly.
can't deny it.
Yeah.
Baba, carry your cross.
So even if the child is not yours, that's
Carry
okay.
your cross. You've been sleeping with her. What did you expect?
Wait, hang on a second. He's saying that even if the child that she bears is
Yes,
not
you
yours.
carry your cross.
How do you mean exactly? I'm a bit confused.
So that means that your wife can go and get pregnant
And then
and
you
bring it
carry
to you,
your
and you
cross.
carry
You
your
carry.
cross.
See, listen, because there's something he said, and this
Nice
has
one. I
happened.
like that.
People have found out 20 years later.
They play my fans.
Do you understand? People, no, check this out. People have found out 20 years later. What happens then? You want to find out
I'll
20
tell you
years later,
something. Yeah. So I was
10
gonna
years
ask that.
later?
If
or
you
at
found
birth?
out 20 years later that the kid is not yours, would you no? Let's say 20 years. That's an adult. Let's say 12 years. Would you disown that?
I think for me, it's going to be very difficult.
Yeah.
I will feel betrayed by.
Mother, but I
The
wouldn't-
mother,
I
but
wouldn't
not the
visit
child.
it.
So the kind of person I am, I
Not
don't
the
think
child.
I would. I don't think I will feel. I can't watch that child go. I will continue taking care of the child.
Yeah, that's
But
it.
I would leave.
You would leave.
Yes, I will leave.
No, when you say
I will
you
leave.
leave,
But
you
I will
mean you
continue
leave-
taking care of the child.
Yeah.
What that means is that. So I'm
child
not
will be your
saying I'm not
responsibility.
saying that you're not my child, but you're not biologically
My
mine.
child,
But
yeah.
I will still take care of you because God has given you to me to take care of. But that level of betrayal is on another level.
But don't you think that you've
Can
just
I
put
be-
you've just given the kid that could cause some mental
that
See,
betrayal-
now,
that
see,
betrayal is
the-
on
what
another
I'm-
level.
see, I
It's
understand
It's
on
not the
another
kid's
level.
fault. It's not the child's fault.
That's why I said
If you
I
say
will
that you
take
won't
care of
be-
the child.
You will take care, but you won't be present.
No. So
Will
taking
you
care
be
of a
present?
child doesn't mean that you have to live with the child. You can visit
I
the
know,
child.
but then do you know
But
the
wait,
amount
wait.
of impute and impact that the presence of a father has on a child? And
Okay.
if you remove that presence, it's a totally different personality you're breeding.
So-
Check it out.
so-
Listen, let me tell you what a father adds to any
Okay.
dynamic when it comes to children.
Okay.
Emotional value,
Right.
self-esteem. What else now? You build the father's
Structure.
emotion.
Okay.
Women raise kids and say, "Oh, I'm here to protect you
Right.
from the world." While fathers
Fathers
are like,
prepare you for the world.
"All right, So I'm here to protect you, but this is what you're being protected from.
Yeah, and
So
prepare
it's a
you for
different
reality.
kind of exactly. They prepare you for reality. When you remove that, kids grow up in a very capsulated environment where they are not prepared
So I choose
for what's to come.
I choose to take care of the child. That is benevolent enough for me. It is.
It's your opinion.
Do you
it's your
understand what I'm
choice.
saying?
Yeah, I get you.
I could have left the child like, you're not my child. You're not my responsibility. Meet with your mother. Do you understand what I'm saying? But I'm saying I will take care of that child,
And
but
then
I have
cut
to
ties with
excuse
the mother.
because if I stay there, every time I'm looking at that child, my heart
You're
is
reminded of
getting
the betrayal.
I am
Gang, you were gonna
constantly
say
reminded.
something real
Because
quick.
for me, I'm like, I love the conversation. That's why I've just been listening to you guys, and it's great to see that you guys are now feeling the impact that women feel when their men are unfaithful.
Okay.
You get me? You finally got a DNA test that confirms your wife was unfaithful to you. You're upset, you're leaving. If your wife could get a test that you have been with another woman, which can possibly result in pregnancy, she has the right to also tell you, I'm leaving and I'm getting out.
So yeah, of course, absolutely.
You get me? So
Absolutely.
that's the thing. Let's forget
Absolutely.
But
this.
we'll not be bringing in another being or another person
Thank
But
into
you.
the
I'm like,
possibility
yeah.
is there.
The
So,
possibility is there, but-
so wait, are you saying now that if the person brings the if the person cheats on
I'm saying the
their
only way
partner-
to have a kid is to
Right.
have sex. So if you're having sex with multiple
you
women,
are practicing
the
how to have a
tendency
kid.
to have kids with those multiple women
I get
is
him, though.
there.
Okay.
You just haven't had
Okay.
them. Some women have had abortions for you. Some people have kids out of wedlock. They have kids elsewhere.
Yeah,
for
So,
makes
deck?
sense.
no, not for Deck. Deck is a straight,
He has
a
to
straight
go
guy.
home, he has to go home.
Just wanted to be sure.
So the thing is for me, it's very simple. So now the logic is this: we can't put that pressure on women to now start saying DNA should be mandatory. Says no, I know my husband is messing around. I'm messing around. Unfortunately, I got pregnant.
Wow.
So, guys, we have to take the messages that we've got coming in. I'm not going to go on a break. Apologies, producers. We have to take these messages because if we're going to break, we're taking time. Let me start. At Mazzino, the internet has been really annoying and blank since yesterday. Quite terrible. Thank you very much. Adili says, Mazzino, did you use grass sandwich to describe sex? Yes, there are other ways I could describe it. Bumping pelvises. What else? There's a lot of
A lot of.
On that,
yes, grass sandwich. Don't you get it? Did I actually say that?
Yes, you
Yes,
did.
you
I
did.
don't even remember.
Don't worry,
It sounds
it's
like
your last
something
name.
I'll say. Amina said, Mazzino calls me Zeno. I will not only post the situation on social media, I will go to his place of work. I will go to his church. Same thing with the girl. I will mess them up. How dare they? How? You took her to him. It's talking about the
Yeah,
Mina
the Mina
incident.
story.
You took her to him. I mean, like Gang said,
Give him a snack.
you gave him a snack. It would seem. Know thy friend. Know thyself too. Perhaps maybe you actually even wanted it. Wanted to see what.
He
this-
thouh it was a surprise.
Yeah,
Maybe she's
just
trying to
wanted to
test
see
me.
what could happen. Like a kid playing
And
with
it
fire.
was probably open that she'll join in.
Ooh. Akshina says, what, Mazzino, you're leaving? Yes, I'm leaving. Are you joking? No. Oh my God, him too. No, he's still around. Thank you, Sheena, but yes, it's about that time. Every good thing must come to an end. David says, what? Oh my God, Mazzino, you're going to be missed. Thank you very much. Benga says, oh, everybody's doing this again. I've got 1,000 messages. Oh, Jesus, Mazzino, you can't go. You can't leave us. No, Mazzino. Thank you. Mazzino, I'm going to miss you. I am your secret admirer. Where are you going to be? Don't leave us, please. I'm married. I always have to.
Don't leave us, don't leave
I'm
us.
going to. Oh, there's more. We've got at Faded is you all have said it all. Our lives depend on the internet. I can only imagine the people who make money off of it. At Shayo says Deck should try to make more skits. We would love to see it. Deck, over to you. At Harna says it seems Oluchi is Mr. Macaroni's wife riding on a bicycle. Who's Oluchi? Did we mention any Oluchi?
I think that's the
girl, oh yeah, the girl from Mina.
From Mina.
Atfuya says, take your friend to your man's house at your own risk. Very, very true. And even if, no matter how innocent, and even I would not advise my wife to my wife's friends to get overly familiar with me.
Yeah, true.
It's
Very
just
true.
a normal
just
thing.
respect.
It's just
Exactly.
respect.
Boundaries.
Boundaries.
Yeah.
I
You
don't
know.
have their numbers. I don't want their numbers.
It's not necessary.
It's not necessary. Don't tempt yourself at the end of the day. Shola says the school or the girl's parents should pay for the boy's hospital bills.
Absolutely.
In this case, the school should always have insurance. I was trying to say this.
Insurance,
then.
yes.
There should always be some sort of insurance that takes
Yes,
accident
absolutely.
insurance that takes
Yes,
care of these kind of
yes.
things.
Yeah.
And parents owe it to themselves and their kids to always check whether these schools have it before putting your kids in
them.
these
Absolutely,
institutions.
I agree.
That was where I was gonna go. Deck didn't let me land.
I'm sorry.
They need to start arresting teachers or the head teachers if they cannot provide any form of explanation to what happened to these kids when they get hurt. That's the least they can do. That's the least they can do for the parents. We've got more that I cannot take, but I just wanted to. Ooh, it's already almost Saturday morning. Let me say this, guys. Today,
taking the tip.
I am going to be taking.
The tip.
I'm not taking it.
You're taking the
I'm
tip.
going to be giving. I'm not
okay.
taking it. I'm giving it.
I'm glad you defined that.
Yes, please.
Very important.
Can.
No, should I
That's what
been?
you do. No, I'm giving it. All right. I realized something today that everybody. You said something. Let's give people their flowers while they're alive. Like I said, and I wasn't joking, and it's a bit dark, but it was like being at your own funeral. We really don't get to value ourselves until we're gone. I don't know if we ever have an out-of-body experience, but the amount of love that I felt today from breakfast up until now, you guys and all the texts coming in has been amazing. I feel like a superstar. And I think I'm going to take that and I'm going to use that wherever it is that I will be going. It's going to push me to do more because I want to continue getting that kind of love. I am drunk off of it, and I'm sure that I won't let you guys down. But thank you very much for all your well wishes. Thank you guys for your friendship. Thank you for everything, man. It's been a great one. I've enjoyed my entire time here at TVC and the people I've met, every single person, whether behind the camera or in front of it. It's been a blast. I will not switch or give this experience out for another one. It's been great, and I believe that I've come out of it a very different person than I came into it. Damn, I was arrogant before, wasn't I?
With great power comes.
No, let's
with
hug
great
it. We'll
power
hug it out
comes
after the show.
great responsibility.
Deck will be between you and I.
No,
The sandwich has
you left
happened.
me out.
no deck in middle. No,
The
deck will be
sandwich
far
has
away.
commenced.
Deck far
Listen,
away.
it's been a great show. It's been a great year and a half on the black table, a great 3.5 years. Oh my goodness, he's...
Hey, Dad.
You guys didn't catch that?
No!
Bye, everybody.
I'm not coming next week. No!
It's good night from me. Bye-bye. And good morning for Saturday
Good
morning.
morning.
Bye-bye, everybody.